3, 4, 5, check, check. There is a paletted one.
All right, welcome in. Good to see you for this week's episode of Off the Radar. I am meteorologist Ryan Weekman, and we have a great episode ahead for you today. It's going to be a little bit of a look back, a little bit of a look forward, and of course, some of your most viral weather videos. Now, if you remember last week, I took a little bit of a spring break. This week, I'll turn it around. Kaylee's on a little bit of a spring break, so I got a special guest host joining me today. He looks a little lost, though. I do have to admit that. Chief Meteorologist Chris Vickers.
I don't see it yet.
Take the glasses off. There you go. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. A little bit of a preview.
You got a studio applause.
That was from Mark, though. He plays favorites sometimes.
You have your eclipse glasses, which is what we're going to be featuring in this first segment of the show. Of course, we are joined by our digital producer extraordinaire, Tiffany. You already heard the applause from Mark.
He's my favorite.
Wow. He's everybody's favorite, as you should. Mark, you sacrificed doing your open. There you go. For Chris there. And of course, we have Alexis and Tim back in the control room. Hi, guys. Good to see you.
Hello.
Good to be seen.
Chris, thanks for joining us.
So I had to borrow these glasses from Tiffany. So thanks, Tiffany. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You called yourself out on that
I
one.
called myself out on it because I knew it was coming. I was saving mine for $20.99, but they got lost in a drawer somewhere. It didn't take too long, did it?
You'll have time to find them.
Plenty of time.
It's like one of those vaults that they put in the foundation of a building. You'll find it at some point. Don't worry. Maybe by 2098.
How is this already coming up on a year?
It's hard to believe because we counted down. I remember, Chris, when would you say you first brought up to everybody around here, like, we need to be on lookout for this eclipse?
You and I will remember this. It was 2017 when the total solar eclipse went across the central part of the country, and we said, this is going to be a big deal. We started kind of a mental countdown. It was like 7 years, 5 months, 47 days. It was probably about a year and a half out before April 8th, 2024. We started ringing these alarm bells. We said, this is going to be an epic event here in Northwest Ohio.
And it was.
And it was. We're so happy that the weather finally cooperated on an April day. And actually, if you remember last year, we could talk more about this.
Yeah.
It was one of the wettest Aprils on record.
And a viewer photo we have of the eclipse as well. One of the wettest Aprils on record, kind of ironic based on what we're going through right now in the forecast. But this day was nearly perfect.
A perfect day. Mark, can I get some oohs and ahs?
Ooh.
Mark's our sound effect guy for us today. What do you guys remember most from the eclipse day? We talked briefly about this. Alexis, you saw it for about 12 and a half seconds.
Yeah, I was in the control room the whole time because we were live for hours and hours on end.
So I would like to thank Alexis right now. People don't realize this. She's recreating her eclipse experience right now live on Off the Radar. So thank you, Alexis.
Yes.
We appreciate that.
It was a lot like this and this and talking to people, and that's what I was doing the whole time.
Tiffany, what was your experience like? Did you actually see it?
I did. So I got off work, thanks, in time.
Lucky you.
Yeah,
Shout out Victoria.
Yeah, shout out. So I was able to go home for that, but I did have like a few seconds where I had my eclipse glasses, but not my seeing glasses because I have a slight prescription, and I was out there and I'm ready and I'm waiting and I'm like, wait, why isn't this all the way clear? So I had to run in my house, hurry up, go up to my room, get my glasses. I probably wasted like 20 seconds, but I got to see majority of it.
Okay, so you still got to see it.
Yeah.
It's amazing how fast it goes by though, right? You don't want to miss a second. We have some video from last year as well where our cameras were all across Northwest Ohio capturing this. I was going to say southeastern Michigan, but they largely missed out on it.
A sliver like Luna Pier.
For like 12 seconds.
Had like 12 seconds of totality. So many people from Michigan did come down and experience this.
Yeah.
Tim, how about you? What was your thoughts on how this unfolded?
I was down there in BG with Ryan.
Yeah.
I corrupted Tim to come hang out down in BG.
Here we took a picture of I took a picture.
Such an iconic
Grant
photo.
there too.
Us and our closest 5,000 friends. Grant, that was the first time Grant was on live television.
Yes.
It was really cool to like experience it with how many thousands, Ryan? I don't know, maybe hundreds.
I think they said about 5,000 people were there.
Yeah, it was very cool to see that, and like the collective like ooh or like, ah of everybody at once was really cool.
I still get goosebumps.
I'm getting the chills right now, reminiscing about it. That moment when the darkness was falling around you, the 360-degree sunset appearance, and then the stars and planets started to pop out, and you just thought, this is just incredible. As we went into totality, nothing like we've ever seen. Right there, the shadow, and actually around those cirrus clouds that we had, if we get a little bit nerdy for a second, actually helped kind of cast that shadow.
It really did.
It accentuated the view at it almost looked like twilight.
And then
at 360
people in
degrees.
Tiffin getting married during the eclipse as well. This was one of the big events that was covered as well. You're exactly right, because as the eclipse was approaching, I had people asking me, they say, what is that? Why is it getting dark over there? Is there a storm coming in? I'm like, no. That's the shadow. That is it. Here it comes. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Mark, what about your experience?
Oh, it was amazing just to see all the reactions people had.
Yeah.
And then the street lights came on, and it was like, it's dark now.
Do you get, how many of you guys, before this happened, because I don't think any of us, right, have seen a total solar eclipse, right?
No.
No.
Okay. Did it live up to the hype?
Oh, yeah.
I needed to ask Mark this, though, in particular.
Oh, okay.
Do you think it was overblown, though, leading up to it? Because a lot of people said, well, you guys are making such a big deal of
Not
this.
at all.
Okay.
It's something you just had to experience.
Okay.
I was like trying to shoot it with my phone, so I have the moment, and then I'm like this, Like, how long did you look at it with your bare eyes? I mean, did you trust the science?
Oh, once I knew it was eclipse time, I
Yeah.
took them off. Oh, right away.
Same.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Because you could tell, like, that shadow came over you. I'm like, now I know what an ant feels like. That's kind of what it felt like, right?
Well, Ryan, you remember we were in BG at Dwight Perry Stadium, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know who it was. There was a scientist there who was like talking to everybody at there.
Oh, because they had some of their science experts who are professors
Bowling
down
Green.
at BGSU. Yeah.
And he was saying on the loudspeaker, okay, everybody can take their glasses off. And then he was warning everybody to put them on when it was coming on.
That was very nice. It
So
made
that
it
was kind
very
of cool that
easy
we had a
for
guide
us.
down there.
There you go. There was us.
Yeah.
The 360 effect.
Absolutely. That was very cool. Tim, if you have that picture that you had up here earlier when we just were going into totality, we can kind of actually describe what was going on during the moment.
Showmax 2, you might see a little bit more of what's going on. Is that the one
Yeah,
you're looking at?
this will work. Just, close enough, right? The
This
science,
is as geeky as we get on Off the Radar, by the way, Chris.
but the science behind this was what was so incredible. I still go into some elementary schools and I talk to the kids and
Yeah.
I ask them, I say, raise your hand. Who was the one, who saw this? And every single hand goes up. And they will remember this the rest of their life. And they're also at an age, too, where they may very well remember the next one that occurs.
And the solar flares that were happening, you could see with the bare eye.
Which is
That was
incredible.
cool.
One thing that kind of blows your mind, that little solar flare, so to speak, of that solar prominence, you think, all right, that's just a little prominence on the sun. That feature itself is larger than the Earth. It is a massive explosion of plasma that's just really ejected from the surface of the sun. And we're able to see, we could count about 1, 2, 3, 4, as many as 5 of those solar flares were visible during totality.
Well, hopefully you did get a chance to see it.
That's always there, right? It's just the sun's too bright to see it.
Exactly.
Correct, and a lot of what we knew about the sun itself back in early days actually came from what happened during total solar eclipses, because it was the only time without special equipment you could actually view the sun like this. And we're actually very lucky that we were in a peak of a solar cycle as
So you
well.
could see some of those flares.
So the flares were more prominent.
So check this out, you guys. We talked about seeing this eclipse and making sure you do see it. On our Max 1 system, here's a list of where the next total solar eclipses are across the globe.
Okay, so where are we going?
We can go to Greenland, or you can go to Spain. Actually, I'm like, Spain would be really cool.
What about
right?
Iceland?
Iceland.
gosh,
I'm afraid too many
yes.
people are going to be in Iceland.
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be
Probably.
cloudy? Spain, you'd have a better chance for clear skies.
I suppose August might give you a decent chance.
you
A
think they have-
nice Montana sky.
Oh, you're talking about the 2044 one?
I'm just looking at all the locations
Yeah.
in general.
I'm too impatient for 2044. I know I'm not going to be patient enough to wait till 2099 here.
Well, you'll be laying there waiting. I'll say that.
yeah. You laying somewhere.
26 is pretty close.
2045 is going to be a huge one because that's going to hit some big states, Florida, California. That's going to be the next big
I'll
one,
be
I think,
60.
across the
Ugh.
US.
The eclipse at Disney World, huh? Ooh.
Disney World, and I wonder if Disneyland gets hit too. I wonder if both of them are under.
I know Disney World.
I know
does.
Disney World is definitely one of them as well. So I think this is incredibly interesting. Hey Tim, can we run through some of the video that we got again from what had happened? This was again a year ago. I love looking back on this. This was so cool. That we'll be able to tell people forever.
Right there, that was the diamond ring effect too, right after the totality ended.
Do we all agree that if somebody asks you about this and says, should I go out of my way to go
Yes.
see it? You say yes, right?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
Yes, but don't
Chris, I got a
cause
question.
havoc.
Well, don't
Like-
cause havoc, but I mean,
Yeah.
if somebody says, I don't want to drive, an hour or
no.
two to go see it, like, go make it
Go
happen.
witness that.
It's worth
yeah,
it.
while you can.
I got a question for you, Chris.
Yes.
Chris.
I compare this to like when you went to the Grand Canyon for the first time,
Right.
and you saw it for the first time, that feeling you had, that's exactly how I felt.
I
with the eclipse.
would think it was that and more. Because the Grand Canyon, I know, is still the Grand Canyon right there. And if I want to
Yeah.
get on a plane, I could go see it.
You've got a very narrow window to see
You have
this puppy.
such a narrow window and a rare chance to see this, and especially to see it where you live in your backyard. That's what I think made this so incredible. So yeah, the Grand Canyon, majestic, but to have this happen
In your backyard.
right in your backyard for just a few very short minutes, it was a piece of history, a piece of time that you're never going to get back.
This shot here is my favorite. This is from the wedding event in Tiffin.
Oh, watching that.
Yeah.
Yes.
How dark it gets.
Watching
so
it happen.
crazy.
You
I
know,
can-
the moments like right before it got completely dark, when it was right before the sun went down, but it still looked like it was daylight. That weird gray casting. I felt like I was in the middle of a Twilight Zone episode.
I felt like I knew what to expect, and it blew away my expectations, and I
Covered Mike.
audibly gasped.
Yeah.
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 When it happened. I was so blown away by it. So hopefully you saw it. If not, we want to do a little bit of remembrances. Glasses on, Chris, before we head
Okay.
into the next segment, because you're not going to be seeing another one of these until 2099.
Do I have to keep these on until then?
Yeah, this is a test for you. Do not be walking around the studio. That's very dangerous. He doesn't realize I took mine off. Hey, when we come back on Off the Radar, we're going to try and find Chris a safe place to land, and we're going to have a question for you about the next time we have a total solar eclipse. Stay with us. 2099. What could the world look like? We'll be right back here on Off the Radar. All right, welcome back here. We don't know where Chris went. We tried to catch him before we went to commercial break. He just walked off into the oblivion. So we'll try to find him later. Welcome back to Off the Radar, Toledo's most watched digital weather show. And we asked the question to our entire Off the Radar panel here and said, okay, we know what this year looks like. What does the year 2099 feature? What inventions will exist then that don't exist now? So you guys ready? You gave me some good answers. We don't have to share them just quite yet, but this was kind of a fun one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always interested in new tech and things that are coming out. So
Okay, so I thought I would lead the charge for us here, and I was like, what could we have in 2099 that we don't have for today? And I thought to myself, what would be a really good one? And first of all, it'd be, there we go. So I was waiting for the clicker not to work for us here. I thought instant pizza delivery. I always go food, right? I don't mean like instant.
go
I want
wrong with
I
food.
want it like teleporting.
Like it appears.
Yeah, because by the time the pizza guy gets to your house, they're fast, they're good, but sometimes it's not quite the same, right?
Yeah.
And it might cool down too, so this would make it, definitely, instant right off the, get the phone app maybe, and you just like, boop,
It
there it is.
shoots out of your phone app. Like this.
That would be great. I always thought I want lasers, but a thing that shoots
that
pizza
too.
out?
That would be awesome.
Tell me that wouldn't be better.
That'd be
Are you
great.
talking about teleporting pizza?
Sure.
Essentially,
yeah.
I don't care how it gets to me. Listen, I'm not in charge of the technology. I just want it to happen, all right?
Does the whole guy come with it too? Is that?
Right.
That's a model we had to pay for. So please don't make fun of him. He's hoping to start off his career kicking off here from off the
It
radar.
comes with it, and then you got a guy you gotta just like hang out with. Like,
That's a guy.
Comes with a side of
You
conversation.
think
he
big,
doesn't go
Ryan.
with
You
it.
think big.
Tim, why don't you share what your prediction was by the year 2099? The next time there's
Yes.
going to be a total solar eclipse, yours was.
so I'm a bit of a Trekker fan, and
Yeah.
personal replicator is something that I think would be good. We're close, right? With 3D printers, we can make something out of nothing, right? But
Right.
I want, just a personal replicator that I can make any object I want, just up here. I don't know if I'd make
Oh,
an
it's
apple.
kind of like the pizza.
But
Okay, when you first said personal replicator, because I'm not as much of a Trekkie as you, I thought you meant like you could make yourself like duplicate.
Right.
I thought so
See,
too.
this is why the graphic shows that I'm making an apple.
Okay.
Right.
That's better.
I thought it was
what
all
I-
food.
I thought you were going to make that guy again or something.
This could
Like
be
a digital
anything.
twin.
Yeah.
You could
You could
make
have
yourself.
Ryan's pizza then.
Yeah, then you don't have to go to work.
I could make myself, I guess, but no one wants more of me.
Think how many more buttons you could press back there.
Right.
Right, and I could just send in the clone or whatever. But
You can
yeah,
add some arms. That'd be great.
I just want, okay, I want a guitar. Boom, there's a guitar. You know what I mean? So it's like, and they had this in Star Trek: The Next
Can you
Generation.
destroy stuff as well? Because I feel like, you'd be like, boom, I want this, boom, I want that, boom, and then you're like, I don't, after 5 minutes, I don't want that stuff.
Maybe there's a reverse button.
No backsies.
No backsies. You accidentally hit the backspace button, all of a sudden Tiffany goes, whoop, going, oh, whoops, whoopsies. Okay,
He's
so
gone.
Oh, bye.
a personal replicator. Okay, that one was, that's a good one. That one's interesting for us. So that was Tim's. Let's see, Alexis, I think you're up next for us here. What did you go with?
I just want something to clean everything in an instant. Like, working mom, spend weekends cleaning my house. And more than that, more than a robot like that. I want like a button. You hit the button.
Well, there's a
like,
button on top of there. Oh,
No,
you're saying just like
like
instantaneous.
per room. You go into the room, you go button, hit it.
Like
Room's clean.
sanitize the whole thing.
Yes,
Like,
just clean.
scan it.
Everything's picked up. Just
Hold
boom.
on, I need this again. Walk into that room. How does it go
Walk
again?
in the room, button, boom, done. Room's clean. Button, boom, done.
Do you do this with light switches as well?
Yeah, you can. I've broken a
switch.
few at home.
You can see the commercial button.
Button, boom, it's clean. Boom.
This sounds like something that could really sell. I got to be honest, right?
I could sell that.
yeah.
It would be great.
I'll buy one.
Tiffany, Mark,
I'll buy 5.
give me your best boom button impression here.
Our best boom button
Like
impression.
like you're walking in the
hers.
room.
You'd be like, boom.
You got to say button or it doesn't
Sanitization.
work. Oh, that was different.
I like that.
Weren't expecting that.
Yeah.
were we?
Oh, that was
Not at all.
much different, I will say. All
Different
right.
brands have different sounds, I guess.
This kind of reminds me of Back to the Future. I mean, all these are going to remind us a little bit of Back to the Future, right? But I think
yeah.
about when he pushes the button on his jacket and it like
Oh, yeah.
syncs up and everything.
Drying mode on.
Tiffany, you're kind of in the same vein
Yeah,
a
I
little
like
bit
this
here.
one too.
Yeah. More cleaning, but a lot of people loathe laundry. I loathe it. And, but you need clean clothes and you need to do laundry. So if there's something that gets your laundry after the dryer and, I don't know, folds it and puts it away where you want it to be.
So it doesn't just clean it, dry it, fold it, it puts it away.
Oh yeah, it puts it away.
You're gonna
you
need
can
a
like
robot or
you
something.
can like have an app on your phone and you can pick like, oh, I want it folded this way and I want it put in this second drawer and it'll put it right there for you.
That would be
It
awesome.
would be like your favorite settings. It would know what drawer to put it into.
Yep.
Do you guys do what I do? Like, I actually don't mind laundry, getting it there, putting it in the wash, folding it. I'll even fold it, but then actually putting it
The
away.
putting it away.
sits in a
That's the
basket,
hardest
fold
part.
that
That's
for
the
days.
selling point. There you go.
By
I mean, why
far
stop?
the hardest part.
Why stop there? Just have it dress you too. Like,
Oh yeah.
That's a little personal.
this is a robot. I mean,
Close your eyes, robot.
This is a PG robot.
Like Clueless, where you can see the outfits going and you put them together.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
Mark, last but certainly not least here, I think you had what would probably be described as maybe the most popular option, right? When you think
It's
about
the
the
most
future.
feasible, in my opinion.
Can you sing the theme song here?
I'm not
For the
going to do
Jetsons?
that.
You're not going to do it. The Jetsons. Anybody know the theme song to the Jetsons?
Jetson?
No.
Tim, do it.
I know Tim.
you know all the TV things. Go.
Tim is our go-to TV theme song expert.
His wife?
Yeah.
Did I say that?
Jane, his wife?
Yeah, Jane. Yeah.
Daughter Judy.
I think the flying cars will fly themselves.
Okay.
And all we got to do is think about where we want to go.
Whoa,
Because
so-
we'll have
Like a genie,
neurotransmitters in our
What?
heads. You
Really?
just think of where you want to go, and it takes you there.
Wow. So I thought you were just saying flying cars in general. You're saying something that does like everything for you.
It's like, what if you have the wrong thought, though? You literally cannot,
there'll be
for the life
safeguards,
of
I
you,
I believe
think of
those
where
are
you need
called
to go.
intrusive thoughts.
No, seriously,
you
what
have
if
an
you-
intrusive thought,
Angry,
oh, no.
they'll kick
I have an
in.
intrusive thought to take a vacation to Thailand, and I'm just going to go to Thailand.
That sounds like a good intrusive thought, actually.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, don't fall off that cliff.
I
Like,
mean, that too.
I don't know what the range of these things will be.
what was the name, since we're speaking of the Jetsons and we have a lot of cleaning stuff on here, Tim, you can't answer this. Does anybody know what's the name of the maid that was on the Jetsons? Does anybody know?
I know.
Mark, come on, Mark, you gotta know.
Rosie the robot.
Is that right? Tim, is that right?
It is.
Judy's the wife,
Let me
right?
see.
I thought it was Judy, wasn't it?
Is Judy the wife?
Daughter Judy. Jane's the wife.
Oh, so it is Rosie the robot?
Rosie, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Rosie the
I
robot.
may or may not have Googled that.
Of course.
With my
Should've
fast
heard you
typing.
typing back there.
His son, anybody know that name?
Elroy?
Elroy.
Yeah, the little kid there in the front. What about the dog?
I don't know the dog.
Casper.
It's very spacey sounding.
Jet.
Astro.
Astro.
Astro. There you go. That's a show I haven't watched in a long time.
Well, flying cars, though, we were supposed to have those by now.
Yeah,
I
according
mean,
to Back to the
Teslas
Future, they're
basically
supposed to
fly.
happen.
What
by
year was the
themselves.
Jetsons? What year did it take place?
I think it's already in the past, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think it was like 2030.
We already
It could be.
passed. Wait.
Oh, we're coming up. We've gone back. We've gone past Back to the Future. I know that.
Let's see.
Wait, the
Find
Jetsons?
out. Yeah, we've gone past
2062.
1962.
2062.
2062.
2062.
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
100 years into the future. So we still
Yeah.
got time.
Yeah.
We've still
Lots of
got
time.
time. So not only would the Jetsons be correct, but then Mark, you would be correct as well if we had the flying car.
That's correct.
By 2062.
We
I-
already got that like Star Trek tech with the cell phones, you know.
That's true. That did seem very out of this world if you were thinking of like back in the 70s or 60s.
What are those things called, Tim?
Tricorders?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're basically an iPhone.
I also want to give a shout out to our entire Off the Radar crew. Speaking of laundry, putting it away, getting it out, getting it clean.
Oh, stop
Can you
it
show
right now.
off your shirts? Very nice
Yeah.
job. Very nice job. We have our WTOL 11 Eclipse shirts. Very nicely
Yes.
done.
Alexis, show your shirt.
Yeah, Alexis.
Alexis, I promise this was not to call you out. I wasn't even going to mention anything.
Oh, come on. It was to call her out.
I wasn't going
I
to.
can't remember.
Haley kind of reminded
I don't
some of us.
appreciate that you think I was going to do that to you.
Okay.
I can't believe I remembered to wear mine.
Did Kaylee remind you too, Tim?
Did Kaylee? I don't know. Not.
She's not even
recently.
here and she reminded you.
Yeah.
Didn't remind me.
Think we know who some
Haley,
favorites
Seems
are.
personal.
You know she's out there watching somewhere.
is watching.
So Kaylee,
She
you're in
texted me.
trouble.
I mean, technically, Ryan, you don't have one on either. So.
Is Kaylee on the chat right now?
No, hopefully not.
She's texting. She said she's missing out.
We miss you, girl. We miss you.
Thanks. All right, let's go. We got one more segment to do. It's what we do every single week, the most viral weather videos here on Off the Radar. I'll be doing this by myself here with the entire team as well. Let's be back, what do you say, maybe about 30 seconds off the radar? Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Off the Radar. We've been having a lot of fun looking back 1 year ago on the eclipse, looking forward to 2099. Now it's time for this week's viral top 3 of the week when it comes to our weather videos. First one this week.
Japan.
Oh, close. Do you wanted to guess,
Did you
Mark?
make this thing?
No, I do have to give a shout out to Kaylee. She's the one who came up with this, helped me out a lot.
So you're sight reading. That's cool.
I am sight reading. There you
That's
go for you. We're heading to North Carolina first. So, Mark, you were only off by a couple continents.
That's close.
Let's look at the video for us here. I know we've had some big weather. This one isn't
Texas.
so fun. This is flooding video.
Oh, is this the Texas one?
This is Texas.
Oh, this is Texas first. Okay, so we've got Texas first. I've got my map mixed up for us here. So this is Texas. Some of the severe storms and the flash flooding that happened down there. You can see. Don't park in the wrong spot, apparently, in Texas.
Ooh.
That would not be good.
I feel like that's what it's going to be like here today. But
Dude, where'd I park my car?
Turn around, don't drown. Always.
Well,
good.
there's that. Yeah, absolutely. For us. Looks like that must be right near a creek or something, but still, you wouldn't expect that, right?
Ooh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All right, so that's viral video number 1. I don't know. I don't want to talk about flooding video. Let's see what else we got. I've got the map going to California. Alexis,
that might be that's 3.
let's see. Let's
The
find out.
answer is-
Why? Where's our next weather video going to? Let's see. We've got things a little discombobulated.
Right.
Should I do
See,
this one?
Kaylee's
No,
here.
no.
She
That's
usually
South
keeps
Carolina.
things totally
This-
organized.
There we go.
What do we got here?
dust-
Oh, this is the Dust Devil.
Ooh.
I did see this. This is in the Carolinas, correct?
Nope. This is where you are.
Oh, this is California.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a Dust Devil that happened. You guys ever seen one of these?
No.
No.
Really?
I thought that
But
was
actually, yes.
Linus
At like a
for
baseball
second.
field, I've seen it.
Okay.
Like when it's really windy on the field.
So if you allow me to get geeky for half a second here, these typically form because of heating differentials that happen, so that gravel gets warm more easily. And then you got grass next to it, which is a little bit cooler, makes the air start to circulate, and then there you go.
Look at it go. Ooh. Look at it go. Look at it go.
That's pretty cool.
I had this happen once when I was driving, and it was in the autumn, and it picked up a bunch of corn stalks, and it timed out perfectly. I was driving down the highway, and I drove like right through it. It felt kind of cool. I don't know. You couldn't tell anything, but it was like, that was fun. It was like I intercepted a tornado.
You
Obviously
hit it?
But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is that the similar science, Ryan, to like when you see leaves spinning around?
It's exactly it. Sometimes they can form their little eddies in the atmosphere, essentially.
Ryan, this was a core memory for you.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Like, it was living out twisters in my brain.
There's also a corn memory of you.
A core? Yeah.
Core memory.
You could say,
there?
you could, so if I wanted to catch up to this Dust Devil, you could say I was stalking it.
Oh, that's
boy.
nice. That's
There's
a
your
good
dad
one.
joke.
Oh,
Thank
boy.
you, thank you.
In Kaylee's honor.
Kayla would be proud.
Yeah, it's a little more in my field. All right, let's talk about viral
This is
video
South
number
Carolina.
3. Let's see. Mark, what did you predict?
Japan.
Let's see. Do we have video
I
from
don't
Japan?
know where this map is taking us.
Look
'cause
at
these are
that.
the videos that I have. This is in South Carolina.
Oh man, I thought we were going to Japan.
What is that?
That's
I'm about to
smoke.
text
Looks like
Kaylee
hail.
right
South
now.
Carolina.
Yeah. This is Japan, South Carolina.
Why did it say Tokyo on the map?
Well, you know, things get a little discombobulated because we traveled into the future to 2099. When you come back, Mark, the technology gets a little messed up, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Did I put the wrong videos? I'm so confused.
It's okay. This is still a cool video, right?
It's all right.
Some fire.
I'm just going to pretend.
It was
we're-
nice knowing you, Alexis. You know, didn't wear the shirt today.
I just gotta go. I gotta go.
Didn't hardly see the eclipse.
Well, that wasn't my choosing.
Didn't
So-
put the right video in.
Is that just like a forest fire somewhere?
Yeah, that was a forest fire in the historic Tokyo district of South Carolina.
Historic Tokyo district. Adding that to my vacation list.
Oh, apparently Kaylee sent new videos and I wasn't aware.
Oh.
So
Oh, so the plan went up in smoke.
it sure did.
Yeah, that's a
Nice
Cheech and
job.
Chong
Thanks, guys.
reference.
I'm on fire today, aren't
Yeah.
I? Aren't I?
You're such a little,
Just on a roll.
get it? You're a little devil.
Okay.
Dirt devil.
Womp
I'm a little
womp.
dirt devil. That sounds like something you would call somebody who's like in second grade or something, right? All right, well, we like to say one of our favorite things to do on Off the Radar is go a little
wow.
off the rails. I think we went off the rails maybe several miles ago is where we were at it. But this was really fun looking back. Did we all have at least a little bit of fun, though?
Absolutely.
yeah.
It was
Yes.
amazing.
I'll,
Yes.
I'll talk about Eclipse any day. Like,
We've got some big plans for next week. We've had some really good fun shows. This was a great one. I can't say anything more because it's still in the planning stages. But are you guys ready for another great week of Off the Radar next week?
Yeah.
absolutely.
Already.
I've been doing some
Can't wait.
research.
All right. For Tiffany, Mark, Alexis, and Tim. I'm meteorologist Ryan Weekman. Thank you so much for joining us for this week's episode of Off the Radar. We'll see you next time. Take care.